All right. Hi. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Pint Season 6, Week 3. We are at Kyalami this week. Interesting. I think it's going to be an interesting race. I'm Paul, as always. Well, not always. I wasn't here last week. Sorry about it. I got Chris here with me.
Hello there.
What's up?
And then we also have our guest commentator, the better Paul, Paul Miles.
Hello.
Yes, you may know him from our Monday clown races, our Monday randomness. No Tiago today, unfortunately. He is actually racing for once, probably because it's the only track he's actually good at.
So Milo 2.0, the better Milo, the official voice of New World Sim Racing.
It's something like that.
He loves a good moist race.
Ooh.
I do. Are we going to get any...
Skin on skin.
Hopefully. I am looking forward to it. No moistness, though, which I was looking forward to until somebody changed the server settings at last minute.
You would have had a lot of moistness from all the crying that was going on. Rain, but I don't want to race in the rain.
I don't really care much for the crying. I've consciously decided not to have kids because I can't stand crying.
I was gonna say, just wait till you have kids, or if you had kids.
No, none for me. I can barely take care of myself.
That's fair.
Like, literally, I can barely take care of myself.
Well, now we are all your children.
Oh, well, don't look for money because I don't have any.
Yeah, I'm happy to join you guys in the booth today because of my injury. So I'm just going to enjoy the race from afar.
You re-aggravated it, right? So you injured your back doing manual labor.
I did, yeah.
Us old guys shouldn't do.
Exactly. And then I got through that endurance weekend, and it was feeling really good. And then I wasn't feeling any pain, so it wasn't in my mind, and I just went to lift something again and re-pulled everything. So, yeah, start again, square one.
Ugh. Did they at least give you some of those good painkillers?
Yeah. I mean, I just filled a bowl with them and just like Skittles.
You mashed them all up and snorted them off the table.
I feel great now.
Yeah.
Yeah, my back's fine. I just put them right there on the kitchen table as soon as I walk by. I just grab one, eat it.
All right, so AMS, who's one to watch? Cody has been really improving, guys. I've noticed.
Yeah, Ryan Cody. We say this every week. Ryan Cody doesn't count because he's trained by Nick Alvarado, so it's cheating. So take Ryan Cody and just wipe him off the board.
Ryan Cody, aka the Alvarado Project.
Yes.
Yeah,
he's driving Alvarado's car. He's got Alvarado's setup. They're teammates in the endurance races. He's my teammate for the upcoming Spa 24 ACCS race.
I saw that. Yep.
So he's going to carry us to victory.
Yeah, but he's not in the Honda. You're going to be in the Bentley?
In the Bentley.
Oof. That's...
Yeah, I got to talk to Chamilio and see if he is going to be doing the other team, because I wouldn't mind taking part in that one.
Team Crimson, you can join that one. There's one driver, Chamilio, and you can have up to 5. So,
when is this happening? November 5th?
November
6th?
the 6th.
Okay. I know I have this unspoken rule that I refuse to really do 24 hours in AC and really ACC. Just because, I don't know. They've never turned out well. But I might join. Why not? It's the worst that can happen, says me.
You gonna get a seat on the Fast Boy team?
Maybe. Do we have a Fast Boy team?
Nick Cahoot, Eric Groom, Ferris, Nick Alvarado, and Eric Groom are signed up. Nick Cahoot is a maybe.
Yeah, but Eric Groom was putting laps in the old Lambo a couple of days ago, and I don't know about that.
They are looking at non-BOP cars, so...
Yeah, the ones that Kunos just conveniently forgot about.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just going to ignore these. They don't exist. They don't count for this season. Okay, cool. somehow they're now the fastest. Thank you, Italians.
Wright is in there with a 43 flat.
Yeah, he just improved 4/10.
To open that's decent. I mean, if the AMs start getting into the 42s, that's a good time, I think, for AMs.
Yeah, I don't know if the Ferrari is a strong car here, honestly. I know that the only ones that I really know about are the Bentley, which is pretty good here, the Audi, which is completely, utterly overpowered. The Honda is decent, as long as you can keep it off the grass. But I'm not too sure about that Ferrari. But it looks like he's put in obviously a pretty quick time for being an AM driver. Who else do we have on track?
Diving back to the pits to make a quick change. Not sure if he'll want to get back out there pretty sharpish.
Yeah, it takes about... Nope, sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, Hans in P3 is over half a second up on his time. That's going to put him at a 43.1. That'll jump him to P2 if he can hold it.
Yeah, everyone on track is actually up on their last time. I don't think anyone's really, besides Hans, close to beating Wright's 43 flat.
We just kicked over to optimum track, so everybody in qualifying is going to have the best grip.
So basically what you're saying is unfortunate for the people that went out first, like, I don't know, Cody and Wright.
Yeah.
And it's interesting as the grid has grown in the Pint series. Now that's something that can happen in quality, because it used to be fast throughout.
And yeah, exactly. It's turning over much quicker. And as we say that, I think Wright's about to put in a 42.6. So he's improved almost half a second.
Here comes Hans across the line, 8/10 up on his time.
42 is a decent time, right?
Yeah, Hans just put in a 42.8.
Hans a 42.8. Yeah, nobody else really improving. Everyone else is in the 43s. Then we got Miller bringing up the rear. I think he had a bit of a spin or something must have happened. 53 doesn't seem like a legitimately clean lap time.
Well, we have Toledo. I believe it's Toledo, who missed the first 2 weeks, so this is his first week here. He's driving the Porsche 991, the old Porsche. Picked it on accident, but can't change it. And so this is his first time out, and he has yet to put in a valid time.
So if AMs are doing 42s, are we looking at 40s flat, maybe even a 39 from Pro class? Is that even possible?
I'll be honest, I don't know what lap times are around here, or really any track for that matter. But I mean, we had guys doing low 41s in practice.
Yeah, I know race pace for Aliens is about 41, low 41s, and that's on a full tank.
Yeah, but
if these are the times, like a 42.6, 42.8 from those two there, like, yeah, I think we could see a really low 40 from Blaine, maybe in the Audi, but we'll see.
Yeah, they were doing low 41s on a fast track in practice. So with an optimum track, they're going to knock a lot of time off.
Yeah, so it looks like everyone has a valid time, except for Toledo, who is on a valid lap as of now, but I'm not too sure if it's a quick one or not, because I can't really see sector times.
He's coming into his final corner now.
Cody is about 2/10 up right now, and losing a little bit of time here.
So yeah, Toledo puts in a 44.9.
Yeah, I mean, considering he's driving an old Porsche, I think that's pretty respectable.
Yeah, he did get a setup from Nick Cahoot to try to make that thing actually drivable. As I say that, he's struggling to keep the back end under the car.
Yeah, so Ryan Cody still out on track, Miller still out on track.
Cody
Bjorn
up about
Durand
1.8.
Yep, Cody's about to come to the final corner to finish his final lap of qualifying. As we have at the 20-minute mark.
Yep, which means silvers are now going out.
Just about 2/10, 1.5 tenths for Cody, so P3 for him.
Yeah, so I don't I don't think anyone's really going to come close to Wright's time, at least not in the AM class. So he's got that P1 in the AM pretty firmly secured, I'd say.
Yeah, Bjorn, with the amount of time that he's up, he'll still be at a 44 flat, so he's not going to move. But he still has a long bit of the track to go.
Yeah, he's making his time. I mean, he's up half a second now, so he might actually move up to P4, maybe even P3 if he can find a couple of tenths here in the last couple of corners.
Yeah, he needs to be about 7 tenths in order to jump Miller. I really hope Miller has a good race in that Lexus.
Here. Still about half a second, so he should move up to P4. He does not.
Lost a tenth. He lost a tenth coming out of the final corner. So he's a tenth behind Miller.
Yep. So it looks like final grid for AM class is Wright, Hans Wostenberg, Ryan Cody, Miller, Bjorn, Scott Chin, and Toledo bringing up the rear. For the silver class, we got, I think, a couple of new people joining us this week.
Brendan McVeigh is back.
Brendan McVeigh is back.
Brendan McVeigh.
Is Brendan McVeigh in the Porsche again?
He is in the Ferrari.
He is in the Ferrari.
He is traded in that snap oversteer from last season for whatever the Ferrari's going to do to him.
Just regular oversteer?
Yeah,
I don't know.
probably.
I've never really driven it.
I drove it once at Barcelona. It's an interesting car to drive.
I don't like the sound of it. I know it's such a weird little reason for not driving it almost ever, but I hate the sound of it. It sounds so bland and like a vacuum. Thank you, Milo, for the sub.
Just sharing the Twitch love, you know?
Yes, thank you. It's still better than every time I try to gift a sub randomly, it always ends up being either somebody here. It was most of the time it's somebody here, actually. I think two have gone to Chris.
Last week it was my old Twitch account that my daughter uses.
I hit random.
Out there. Hello to Victor, Blaine, Pixel. I already replied to you. See the post below in the chat. Welcome to gaming. Yo, that's Jack. That's my friend there. Jack, I'm trying to convince him to get into ACC. Good to see him in the chat. Jixer, Barricade. Oh, there's a whole bunch of people in there. Racer X.
Yeah,
Love
Brian.
to see it.
Brian Yang, Barricade, who was signed up for the league, but unfortunately is not able to make the races, bowed out so that Brendan McVeigh could have a spot.
Uh-huh.
So super nice of him to do that.
Yeah, thank you.
Appreciate you, Brian.
Is Brendan on track today?
Yeah, Brendan is in the Ferrari, car number 19.
Oh, wow.
I know, we haven't seen him in a long time. I think he kind of fell off the map halfway through last season after he had a pretty rough couple of first races.
Yeah, we had the Suzuka race where he had snap oversteer 2 or 3 times in a row and just
turn one, he just kept going off.
He should be a real handful in silver if he can make each race.
That's
I
what
think
we're
so.
hoping.
And as we say that, he puts his car P5 overall with a 143.3. So I know he's been kind of busy with work and everything, so he's not been racing all that much recently. It's nice to see him back. I always joke that he is very, very quick in every single sim other than ACC for some reason.
That's very true.
I have played R Factor with him, regular AC, and he is mighty quick.
Yeah, I mean, I've done a couple of endurance races with Brendan and Mike Jackson. We teamed up for a couple of ACCSS enduros in the past, and they've always gone pretty well. So yeah, Brendan's a really good driver.
So we got Juan currently on P1. I think this is the second week I've said that. Yep. With a 42.6.
When would be a good time for me to use this sound?
Whenever somebody eats a sausage and destroys their car.
Okay, I like it.
That's going to be a good one.
As we're following Victor here for a little bit. Victor is currently sitting P10 with a 43.7, but he is about 7 tenths up on his previous time, so he's going to move up. Looking at P5, as long as he can keep the speed down the straight. And we do have a yellow flag, car 76. Riccardi. Is that a new entry this week? I don't remember that name.
I don't believe so.
But I have the memory of a goldfish.
No,
So
Gabriel
who knows?
Riccardi. I believe he was at Zolder.
Ah.
And
Was
was
I at
he
Zolder?
Yes, you were at Zolder. You Nürburgring you missed last week.
Look at that. Thank you for the follow, Fabio Zanettino. That is a race driver's name if ever I saw one.
Exactly. That's an Italian race driver. Drives a Ferrari.
100%.
I'm also, for some reason, imagining a very well-groomed mustache.
Probably wears a suit, like, everywhere.
Of course.
And I'm going to the grocery store, puts on his three-piece suit. Very
Welcome
suave.
to New World Sim Racing, where you follow us and then we talk smack about you for the next half an hour.
Exactly.
Yes, we take your name and pick it apart and try to imagine what you're like.
So your silver points leader is sitting P16 right now, Richard Saavedra in the Bentley number 9. So I'll be interested if he can actually get that car further up the grid.
One with a 42.2 leading the silvers right now. That's a solid lap time.
And he can still improve. He's actually he's purple sectors 1 and 3, but sector 2, he's 4/10 off.
Here comes Lukey. Lukey's about to steal P1
Yeah, good
with a
lap.
42 flat.
42.000.
42.000. So we got silvers into the low 42s now.
And Victor just put down a 42.3 to take P3. So a nice lap time from Mr. Victor Leachy.
Yeah, Saavedra's he's improving, but it's not a lot.
Kyle
It's not a lot to
Cassette
really
was
move him
backwards.
anywhere.
Kyle Cassette is sitting backwards in turn 1.
Well, hopefully he
Yeah,
can keep it off the racing line and not impede anyone's lap here.
Yeah,
Where are the
he kicked it a
predictions?
big
Yeah,
one.
Chris, where are the predictions?
Seems these quality conditions are really, really good for the lap times. I think the time of day, the temperatures, everything track optimum. Because the practice session I was in earlier was fast track. It was definitely not quite as fast as this.
Yeah,
I'm gonna predict that Blaine gets himself banned from chat.
I'm going to predict that Juan is going to take P1 again. He's actually half a second up on his last time. So he's going to dip well into the 41s if he can keep this up. But yes, conditions are
he will.
about as perfect as you can expect.
I would
Because somebody changed
I really
them.
wish I was out there. I was hoping to build on my finish last week with a solid outing here. And Kyalami's always been a struggle for me, but I feel a lot better there in the Aston. I like the Aston generally. It's treating me well so far. It's also a 6 p.m. race today in game time. So I love the lighting when you're driving at that time.
Yeah, you finally get to see why Sunset Corner is actually called Sunset Corner.
Mm-hmm.
So Juan does not go P1. He must have lost a lot of time. He was half a second up last time I looked. But he has closed the gap, so he's only 200ths down on Lukey now, but this is pretty much the last lap that he's going to get. So it's do or die for him.
There's your prediction for Pro Class. Who's going to qualify higher, Mike Jackson or John Jorgensen, your P1 and 2 from last week in qualifying?
Both in the Macca.
Both in the McLaren. Both of them crashed out in the same way last week.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. I know the McLaren is pretty... it's a handful in the best of conditions, and from what I saw in the replay, we had some interesting conditions in Nürburgring last week.
Yeah, it was a little wet, and they both suffered from that lift-off oversteer that McLaren gets, where you let off to go through a fast corner, and the back end just lets go.
I loved it.
So
I wish
Lukey
it was
looks like
raining
he...
every week.
Yeah, that's what we're trying to go for.
Yeah, Milo stole P9 at the last corner.
I talked to Jixer about that. He actually lifted. He didn't realize that we were in the same class.
Did he?
Ooh.
That's what he said, yeah.
I watched the replay and I saw him lift. I was like, what is going on there? But hey, a place is a place, man.
Dorcius is up 3.5 tenths right now.
Yeah.
Just
Dimitri
finishing
in
off
his-
his lap.
And
Yeah,
it's
he is
way wide of that sausage curb.
I know commentators curse and all, but he is on track to maybe even get P1.
Decent last
he's
corner.
I think he'll take it.
He got a really good exit.
Dorcious.
Ooh, into the 41s.
P1 with the 41.9.
Into
I'm
the
telling
41s.
Dimitri is getting fast.
That's what we like to see.
Great lap. Well done, Dimitri Dorcius.
Brendan gains a little bit of time as the last car across. Melidi is dirty, sitting backwards at the pit entry. Chris Pennycook coming to the final corner. He's a couple tenths up, but not... Well, he might move 2 spots.
Yeah, I think he's going to move a little bit, but actually he lost all of the time he gained, so he'll just stay right where he is in P18.
But hey, his car looks good.
So as far as pro quali goes, you'd have to say the Audi has got to be amongst the favorite.
Yeah, Blaine Hall is the one to beat today.
Yeah, the Audi, the Lambo, which is the Audi built better, as Thiago would say. Speaking of cars that don't look good, we're going to take a peek here at Nicholas Alvarado's absolute banger of a livery.
Yeah, I really must sort that out for Monday night's broadcast.
I want to report this for being offensive content. It's just searing my eyeballs.
It's very interesting.
Car looks great. No, Brian, it does not. We're gonna have to agree to disagree on this one. The only thing I like about it is the base paint, because it's white. Other than that, everything else can go. So it looks like Nick, car number 16. So Michael Stassev is the first of the pros to get to be on their hot lap, and he's followed pretty closely by car 276 of Suniga. How did Suniga do last week? I didn't really pay attention
Suniga
to
had
the
a couple
results all that much.
incidents, and then he had a couple incidents, let's just put it that way.
I was talking to Sam about that this morning. We also suggested Monday multi-class controller only. Might be upcoming.
Does everybody have a controller?
I don't know.
God.
We just thought it would be funny.
Well, we had talked about that back when Nick drove on mouse and keyboard. We had talked about doing a mouse and keyboard only race.
Yeah.
We did.
But nobody would show up to it.
We could do mouse and keyboard or controller. That would be funny. I don't know.
Yeah, so I've invested like $4,000 in my rig to drive with a controller. But in saying that, he is P1 currently with a 141.6.
He is P1. Stassev is 3/10 down in P2, so they're the first two to actually put in a valid lap here.
Louis Castro with a 141.8 in that Aston. Let's hope he can get that thing shut down into T1 and not rear-end anybody this week. Love you, Louis.
I know.
Sam's in the... Is he in the Bentley as well? Yeah,
He is.
Yeah.
He is
He
in the
is,
Bentley.
yes.
Carl Big will see that and will get a lot of encouragement from that. So I think he was expecting a tougher run of things this week.
There's Nick Alvarado doing Alvarado things.
Yeah, that's why we don't watch him. I'm actually keeping an eye on
41
Blaine
flat.
here. So I'm trying to see where Blaine ends up. Because, like I said, that Audi should be mighty, mighty quick around here.
Three of the silvers in the mix right now. Dorcius, Lukey, and Juan. Good laps by those three, honestly. Really good. Solid times.
Yeah, so Blaine can't actually go P1. He is 7/10 clear of Alvarado here. Almost 8/10, which I would have thought they'd be a little bit closer.
Keep an eye on Mike Jackson as well. He's currently a second up.
That was Blaine's first valid lap, so I imagine he'll probably improve on this one. You got Riley P11, who is over a second up as he comes across the line. He jumps to P2. So watch out for James Riley, apparently.
Comes Carl Big with he's 1.2 seconds up. Could be in with a 41.1. So good luck from him.
Yep. Mike Jackson crosses the line with a 41.5, so that should put him, well, that puts him P5. Just shy of Suniga in P4.
Yeah, you've got to be in the top 15 in a 41. So you got to go down to P15 to get into the 42s.
Yeah, I mean, we're looking at the top 13 on track right now are separated by a second.
Man,
Yeah,
I don't
you
know
can
that
almost
I've
load
done a
Dorsus.
41 here. I think I was, like I said, I was on pace this morning in practice because I opened with a 42.4. So theoretically, you'd shave quite a bit of time off of that. But I'm really impressed with the times that we're seeing here today.
Yeah, Billingsley down in P12 here. We got a couple of people improving.
There's Blaine with a 140.8.
Yep. So Blaine, as predicted, does take P1 in that Audi.
And he does, and his only purple sector is sector 3 by 0.3.
Yeah, there's 3 different cars, each with a purple sector.
Right, so he's definitely got room to improve if he can manage to squeeze some time out of that Audi.
I was practicing with Carl this morning, and sector 2 was his strongest this morning in practice as well, so no surprise to see him with the purple sector there.
Mike Jackson over 6/10 up coming to the final corner. He has actually got a really good run. I say that as he loses a 10th.
And look at that. Carl Big matches Blaine's time exactly.
Wow, a 41.890 for P1 and P2.
So is ACC smart enough to do the F1 style because Blaine was the first one to put down a time? He would actually get position.
It looks that way. Although Alvarado says nope.
41.7, but Blaine is 4/10 up right now.
Yep.
So we're looking at mid 40s.
0.5 and counting. Lost a little bit of time there on that right-hander. Good last corner, might bring it back though.
So Carl put the car in the pit. Is he done, or is he trying to make an adjustment to get back out there and get one more lap?
I suspect he's done.
Yeah, I think
he'd be happy with a 40.
Blaine with a 40.4.
Wow.
Blaine with a 40.4. We're just going to go follow Nick around for this lap because he is actually behind Dylan Sauer, and Dylan Sauer tries to dive out of the way, but I don't know if he caused Nick to lose any time.
He's losing a little bit, yeah. Yeah, his delta is dropping as we speak.
Yeah, so that's unfortunate because he's probably trying. I mean, I think this is the first time Nick's actually not been, I don't know, winning by 15 minutes every race.
Yeah, well, week 1, he started from the pit on a dare, and then his game crashed. And last week, I'm not sure what happened. I think he may have bended or spun or something like that, but didn't have the race that he wanted to have. He did get fastest lap last week, though.
Do we count?
So he has a lot of work to do.
Or is it just,
fastest lap per split gets 2 points.
Oh, okay.
So you get 4 points for qualifying P1, you get 2 points for P2, and 1 point for P3, and then 2 points for fastest lap per split.
Awesome. Well,
does he have time to do one more lap?
He does.
He does.
He does.
He does, but he is coming up on another car here. Car 444 of Riley. I don't know if that's... I mean, it looks like he's clear enough to where that shouldn't really matter.
I mean, Riley's on a valid lap, so there's no reason for him to get out of the way.
Is Riley new?
He is new to the series, or new to the community, but he has been in this series since race 1.
Okay, he has. Okay, I've not encountered him on track, so...
Yeah, he's one of the faster people out there. I mean, you know, a lot of times with the new people that join, sometimes they're not from our community, they're from Reddit, I don't know, 949. But he's had some pretty good races, I think. Just had some unfortunate incidents, I think, in the first week or two.
Alvarado currently up 0.3, almost 0.3.
Yeah, so he's right around that cutoff for P1. He's down 3/10 on Blaine. Blaine decided, no, I'm not going to do this anymore.
Yeah, he needs 3.36 to
Yep.
take P1.
Mike Jackson is down 0.666 of a second on P1. He does improve, but not enough to really move him anywhere. So he's going to stay where he is.
Alvarado was up before the sausage curb. It's all going to come down to this last corner.
Can he put the power
Good
down?
exit.
Oh, he got a good exit.
Nick
He's
Alvarado does
gonna
not
make it.
get P1.
So
By 0
close.
at 1.8.
18 thousandths of a second down on Blaine Hall. And I know he says he doesn't care, but he cares.
Nick?
Yeah.
Nick absolutely cares.
Purple sectors 1 and 2, and just the sector 3 let him down there. That's it.
Yep.
It was on the sausage curb. He just lost about half a tenth.
Yeah, I just think he has to lift a little more than he wants down in that sausage.
It does not get much closer than that, though. Let's be honest.
Yeah, and Milo, I
So
don't know.
three-
I think you are up for the driver's briefing.
Yeah, I'm going to dive over there now. I'll be back in a couple of minutes.
Yeah.
So the top 3, all in the 40s, and then 41s all the way down to P14. Really impressive times.
Yeah, we got some very quick people in here.
Yeah, I always say that I'm a silver driver. I'm not so sure anymore. The way that people are progressing and getting faster, I might be an AM again.
Don't sell yourself short.
I mean, I know I smashed it in the LMP2 at Daytona, but
Did you
in
practice
this
for
game,
that?
I did like 10 laps.
Oh, okay.
Just so I could figure out the braking and stuff like that. Man, you know me, I'm arrive and drive. I ain't got time for all that practice. I was busy
remember.
working.
I remember the Nürburgring race.
I don't know what you're talking about. What'd I do, like 10 laps total? Just get me out of the car. Just get me out of the
9
car.
or 10, yeah, somewhere around there.
Well, it was 8 for the minimum requirement, and I did like 1 or 2 extra waiting for Nick to wake up, and then he didn't. And then
Yep.
Tiago showed up, so. It's a 40 cars, so we're missing 9 because we had one person withdraw today.
Yeah, we're missing 9. I think still, I mean, I expect people to kind of drop off as the season progresses.
Listen, Brian in chat. 10 laps is practice.
10 laps is practice, I agree.
Yeah.
I am back, and yeah, they all seem ready to rock and roll.
Yep, we got some people filtering off into the quiet event chat. They don't want to listen to, I guess, people yelling at each other to get out of the way. I don't know.
Oh, we have a quiet event chat. Man, miss one
Yep.
week and everything changes.
I think we had that at Zolder as well.
Oh,
I'm going to free cam it for lap 1.
I don't pay attention. I get paid to arrive here, talk smack on people, and leave.
Wait, you get paid?
And gum.
Yeah. We send Paul a package of Big League Chew every week.
Yes.
And he didn't get his for week 2. That's why he wasn't here.
That's right.
It got
So
held
I
up
get
by
paid. Yeah, I need to get paid in advance.
it got held up by FedEx, and he was like, "Well, I'm not coming then." And so I had to get Tiago because Tiago will work for peanuts.
So looking at the way the cars are positioned on track here for the starting grid, is it me or are they off of their pit box or their starting position box, whatever you call it?
Well, they're
Formula
not
One
lined up
doesn't
on any one of
race
them.
here, right? That's what I mean. So I
Because
can't
you
even
have
say
those-
that. Oh, this is the
well, you have those-
F1.
The smaller ones, I believe, are for motorcycles.
Yeah. Yeah, so
And
the smaller
then-
ones are MotoGP because I think they start 3 abreast, but the cars, I mean, they're not even close. Come on, Kunos. Look at this.
Listen, lining up cars is hard. Okay. Have you ever watched us try to do reverse grid on Monday? It's terrible.
I mean, I've watched real life British GT races, and yeah, starting is
Oh my
hard.
gosh! Did you watch the? Was it Donington?
No,
like
but I
half
saw
Wasn't it this
Spa.
weekend?
Well, I watched. I think it was a couple months ago. Donington. I think 13 cars crashed out in the first like 40 minutes or something like that. Like half the field was gone. It was amazing. It was like a public lobby.
Yeah, it looked, except IRL with crashes that cost hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Yeah. What are these guys doing? I'm sitting over T1 and
Yeah, there's. I mean,
There was
I'm
a lot of
glad.
that going on last week too. I think that's something we'll have to bring up. I honestly wish formation laps weren't ghosted because I just think you should be using your racecraft should start now.
yeah, like in iRacing, you can get a 4X on the warm-up lap
Yeah.
really easily. I've been rented multiple times by people goofing around.
No,
Yeah,
no
I mean,
names. Yeah, somebody spent the entire formation lap inside me last Sunday. So,
Ooh,
Ooh.
I know it was not fun.
was that skin on skin?
Yeah, there may have been.
Skin on skin.
That's a pre-recorded
Skin on
skin. I can do a live one.
Okay, so do the pre-recorded one and then give us a live one.
Now?
Yeah.
All right, so this is pre-recorded,
Skin on skin.
and live would be.
Skin on skin.
I mean, it sounds the same.
Yeah,
There you go.
your money, dude. It's not like when you
Kind
listen
of,
to a band CD and they sound great, and then you go to a live show and they're terrible.
Oh yeah, that's the worst. You kind of remind me of the Duke Nukem voice from the old Duke Nukem 3D.
Right?
Damn.
Yeah.
It's time
Yep.
to kick ass and chew bubble gum. But I'm all out of gum.
Yeah, that guy.
Yep.
Thank you for the follow 1, 2, 4, 4, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7, 8, 9, 7, 7, 8, 7, 7, 6.
That could be a bot.
Welcome
Just
to.
I know. I wonder. So I'm just gonna hang around the start finish line here and free cam. Just gonna free
Yeah,
cam it as they come across the final turn here.
I'm perched over T1.
As am I, and I'm gonna follow him up through.
So I'm gonna
Turns
follow
2
the
and 3.
the leaders here from kind of a makeshift drone cam. I wish I could point it down and still move forward,
They're
but
underway.
technology doesn't exist yet.
Right?
So it looks like we get away pretty clean at the front. Now we got 2 wide going into turn 1 with Blaine and Nick here. Nick's on the outside of turn 1. Blaine takes the inside into the braking zone. Blaine does have the apex. He actually bumps Nick off the track. A little bit of a touch there, but he does have it. So he keeps P1, Nick P2, Carl Big P3.
So we had 4 wide
We got
about
an
mid-pack.
Oh, and
we
there's
got-
there's a
We got a big
giant
pileup.
Yeah, we got
Pile
a
up
big
here.
crash down there.
So that is not
Victor
what you want to
Ladies
see.
backwards on track.
Yeah, good for him for holding on his brakes. You get cookie points for that.
I warned them. Sector 1.
Yeah,
I warned
that is not what you want to see on lap 1, because that just, I mean, it's frustrating if you're inadvertently part of that giant mess of cars and you weren't. You know.
Yeah, I always think if you've put time into practice, it is such a shame when it all goes wrong on lap 1.
Yep. Yeah, no, totally agree.
I wonder if somebody, on that turn 2 there, a lot of people clip that inside curb and it bounces you off into the track. It'd be interesting to see if that's what happened there.
Yeah, but it looks like so far, I mean, the front runners have gotten away pretty clean, which is, I mean, what you'd expect from quote unquote the pro class.
Everyone else looks to be underway as
Yeah.
well now. So.
Yeah, I wish Kunos would have another one of those things where I wish they would add things, positions gained and lost from quali.
Nobody
Yeah.
shot back to the pits either, so I'm just looking at the pit lane. Nobody went back to the pits, so
I've got your replay for you.
All right, let's see what happened here.
It looks like Vicini and Fantazzi are side by side and get a little contact, and then
Oh,
we just
yeah,
have one
that's-
car turn, and it's just everybody's trying to ditch out. Joey Militi gets caught up in it. Chris Pennycook
Jesus.
is there. Shane Reese, the 949 guys.
Yeah, this one's gonna take some talking to.
That is going to be a Tuesday penalty review for sure.
Excellent.
It's okay. It's not like I have anything else to do with my 2 hours that they take now.
So Blaine and Alvarado are just pulling away from Big in P3 right now. But I think Carl will be happy to sit there and see what happens with these two.
Yeah, I mean, Carl's pulled away a pretty sizable gap to Mike down in P4 too, so he's just slotted into a little bit of a bubble. Nick is trying to chase Blaine. I don't know how well that's going to work out for him though. And Brian, you're right. The Honda is not white; it's pink, which makes it that much worse.
All right, I'm just getting back further along. We got 3 or 4 cars going into the cane before the hill.
Yeah, Sam Suniga is going to go side by side with with John Jorgensen coming down the hill. Suniga is going to try to go around the outside the long way.
Yeah, and Jorgensen actually does take that. Oh, Suniga is holding it. I mean, they're too wide going into the sausage, but he does go off track now, so he's going to lose some spots.
He has lost 2. He might lose 3, depending on how Stasov gets out of this last corner.
Yeah, he does keep it clean, though. I mean, that Mercedes is going to out-drag you down the straight, you know?
Yeah.
Watch them as they go into turn 1.
Yeah, he's going to give that spot back, but the Porsche...
Oh, he is going to get... Oh, that is Lukey. That is Michael Lukey.
Lukey, no. Now they're both sideways.
Lukey is backing off the track. Oh, we got people running. Ryan Cody...
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh, that's Hans Wolfenberg has gotten spun, and now Lukey is pulling back onto the track.
Okay, we got a talk.
Yeah, this
fellas.
Oh, come on, Lukey.
What is going on?
I mean, yeah, we're gonna have to have the old hold the brakes till the traffic's passed discussion, because that was a lot of cars moving about there.
There's a lot of cars moving around, and then, you know...
Glad to see no one listened to my pre-race briefing at all.
Yeah, driving standards, what are those? We're just going to throw those out the window.
And it looks like somebody was off around Suniga there. I think he just went off track, so... Not much to see here other than just people crashing.
Yeah, Louis Castro was side by side with Dylan Sauer and just ran off the track, and now he's going to try to make a dive. They're going to have contact. Sauer is going to lose it. What on earth are we doing today?
Sauer's just parked his Ferrari.
He just got spun by Louis Castro.
Castro was caught up in that stuff in the lap before as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's been...
Yeah, plucky shit rejoins all around.
Yeah.
It's not even been 6 minutes, and we already have 6, 7, 8, 9 crashes. I mean, I can't even keep track anymore.
Everybody's so excited. Yeah, well, can you bring a replay up of that, what started that whole rigmarole, Chris?
On which one? On the first one?
Yeah, on the turn 1 there, where...
oh, that was Vicini and who was the other car?
Lukey and Castro. And
that one.
The recent one.
Well, I've got the replay of Castro and Dylan Sauer.
Okay.
Because they were side by side, and then I don't know if Castro got loose, but he runs off, and then for some reason tries to make the dive work, and understeers into Dylan Sauer.
I wonder if he just... Because he went off, I wonder if he missed his braking point. You know, because I mean, if you go off, sometimes you get disoriented. I don't know. It's kind of, you just try to bring the car back on track, and then you realize, oh shit, I should have pumped on my brakes here.
So yeah, Dylan Sauer right at the back after that. Suniga's in the pits right now. Has he called it a day? No, he's coming back out on track.
Here's the Michael Lukey incident.
So
he just comes in way too hot.
Yeah, just taps the back of Suniga, and of course ACC physics.
Yeah.
Tap in the back is death.
One of the problems with that Porsche, and we've seen that a few times with the Porsche drivers, they're the brakes are so good, but it gives you a false sense of security sometimes. You're coming in too hot. And we've seen it in weeks 1 and 2 as well.
It really does, and I think as we were watching that replay, something happened with Reese, because he does have a lot of damage on the front of his BMW, and he lost quite a few spots. He was running up in 21st or 22nd next to Pennycook, and he's way down now into 32nd place. So something must have happened with him too, and yeah, this race is
Gong show.
It looks more like a public lobby than a league race. I want to
So
say.
With all that happening, Tiago has made his way up into P7.
I know, right? Great drive from Tiago. We are at 16 incidents in 8
9
minutes.
8 minutes? 8 minutes.
Oh boy.
Yep.
Have fun on review night.
We had
always
31
do.
last week in the rain.
We always have fun on review night.
I've missed a couple of the opportunities to do this.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was Sam Sinigo whenever that Porsche got into the back end of him.
Oh,
So
man.
You're facing the wrong way.
Yeah, I
I'll
think
tell you what, Tiago will be he'll be difficult to get past because he does love a bit of Kyalami.
he does, and the Porsche is very quick around the sector 2 and that tighter sector. Yeah, he's not going to be much trouble, when you go down the straight, but getting around
I'm
him.
not surprised to see Stasif having trouble here because I found the AMG terrible here last season. To be honest,
I remember, didn't somebody take you out on top of the hill before the hairpin?
I forget, but either way, it was not a comfortable drive. I could barely get low 43s out of it in quali. It was just not a great experience. I just try to be consistent and capitalize on these other spins and things that happen. But, if you get hit from behind,
Okay. I have no idea what's going on with our driving sims today, but I've got a replay for you. So you're asking about Reese, and I was trying to find what happened to him, and I don't know where you start. He tries to go around Kyle Cassette and Chris Pennycook. He runs wide, and then in rejoining, he kills an Aston. And that's as far as I got.
And he goes
I
a little bit
don't
wide
know
of the
what's going
sausage.
on.
Does he miss the pit? Yeah, this is where I caught him when he was going super slow, going down
he
into
is
the last
really
turn.
slow. So yeah, he's just kind of been bumping around into people.
Yeah, so looks like we got Dorcius next to Cody. Is Cody being blue flagged, or is Dorcius just? No, it is for position, but different class. Trying to find some battles here on track, other than literally the physical battles.
Tiago is really close to Riley in P6 right now.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna.
Tenth.
I thought he was gonna make a move into turn 1.
Riley ran wide there as well, so Tiago's got a chance here.
As we go up the hill now, so Tiago's right on the back of Riley. Where is he going to make his move? Let's see. He has to be really careful going down into Sunset, because as far as I remember, that's when Brendan would lose it a lot, or lost it a couple of times last season, again running in the Porsche. And I know that for pretty much every other car, you can just lift off a little bit as you're going down Sunset, and you'll be fine. Not so much in the Porsche.
Alvarado has closed the gap to Blaine Hall for P1, P2. Alvarado's last lap was a 40.9 race pace, which is bloody
what
good.
A mad
quite
lad.
frankly.
I've got another replay for you. I was trying to figure out why Brendan McVeigh was in the pit, and him and Benito Garza apparently came together.
Benito.
We should have made it rain, to be honest. You give the guys dry track, and they absolutely lose their minds. I don't understand what's going on today.
More careful. Yeah, Alvarado consistently putting in faster laps right now. He's closing that distance little by little. So Blaine has one eye on his mirror right now.
How do you do a 40.8 race pace?
Blaine did a 40.5 according to the best lap, but the last couple, Alvarado's knocked off about 8/10. So definitely that Honda is settling in a bit better than the Audi at the moment.
Yeah, I mean they're pulling away from Carl and I mean the rest of the field at a pretty quick pace here. I mean they're already starting to lap people. I'm sure some of it is due to the many accidents we've had in the first 12, 13 minutes of this hour long.
Riley is settled back down now and has opened up another couple of tenths on Tiago. So Rados in P9 as well, closing in on Jorgensen.
Yeah, Rados took 3/10 out of Jorgensen's lead last lap, so he's about half a second down on him. Blaine seems to be pulling away in the downhill portion, so I'm guessing that's where the Honda is struggling a little bit in those high-speed corners. And Nick is very, very careful around the sausage, probably for good reason. But I think when they get on the straight, on the pit straight, that's when Nick starts to close the gap a little bit. So I think the Honda is just a little bit faster in a straight line.
Chamilio with the sub to the channel with Prime.
Hi, Chamilio. Did he stop his race?
No, he didn't race today. He has some hardware.
Oh yeah, he's having PC issues. Yeah.
P issues.
P issues. I get those too, man. It happens. You start getting
the older
older.
you get, the more you get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Mimi Valley with the follow.
So Brian Kerr. So back in the P30, 31, 32, there's actually a little battle going on. Brian Curzon trying to catch Shane Reese and Bruce Hopkins. De Oliveira, who just joined the series this week, had an off track and he lost 3 positions. You can see him in the background. He loses the back end. Managed to save it though.
He saved it.
Oh no, wow. Brian Curzon has spun his car in the final corner. He's now sitting sideways.
So Brian Curzon is perpendicular to the track, now reversing onto the track.
Backs across. Shane Reese looking for a move on Bruce Hopkins into turn 1. Is not going to have enough room.
Yeah, I'm watching Curzon here just holding his brakes as people get past him. Good for him.
Yeah.
Well done. That's how you do it, guys. That's the example.
Yeah, he lost that one on his own, so you get to sit there and suffer the consequences.
Think about what you've done.
Sam Saniga and Nick Cahoot as well struggling today. I guess he got caught up in some of that action earlier on. I don't think I saw it in particular, but if he's down at 39, something went wrong for him.
I'm going to go find out what happened to Nick Cahoot.
Sam did get caught up in everything.
Sam got spun by Lukey. I'm going to try to find out what happened with Nick right now.
Not sure what happened with Alien Nick either. He's actually fallen down on Blaine in P1. He's 1.1, 1.2 seconds back now. He used to be, 5, 6 tenths?
Yeah, so the roles reversed now. Blaine's last lap was a 41.1 and Nick's was a 41.5. So, yeah, it's interesting seeing how both the cars perform. Both fast drivers in them. Meanwhile, Carl Bigg, the championship leader in Pro Split, just sitting in a little bubble on his own in 3rd place right now.
Yeah, last lap 41.9. He must have hit some back marker traffic, I would assume, because he's, half a second down on virtually everyone else around him.
Then you've got Mike Jackson also having a really good race, doing 41.5 his last lap. So that's a really solid lap as well for where he is.
I found the replay of Nick Cahoot.
Another follow there. Thanks for that, Demonizer.
This was the turn 1. Yeah, he just got sandwiched. Yeah. And he immediately went to the pit.
If I had to draw how not to do that part of the track, that would probably be it. I mean, what a cluster. You know what? We need to make a video of that and have it as part of our... somewhere. Part of our broadcast intro or something.
Oh, Wustenberg is losing it. Shane Reese just let him go, and Wustenberg immediately turns his car sideways into a wall.
Well, he is back on track now, so whatever he did.
Yeah.
Riley has now opened a 2-second gap over Alves. So Alves, not quite up to where he was, so maybe got a little squirrely somewhere. And Riley's actually closing in on Billingsley ahead of him. So
Yeah, and Rados is actually catching up to Tiago here pretty quickly, both in the Porsche. Does Tiago actually have a livery, or is it just solid yellow?
He has a livery. He's running the same one that Bjorn does, but it's broken because they don't know how to do liveries, apparently.
I mean, it's a custom third-party one from race department, I would assume.
some say he has a livery, but he doesn't know how to install it.
And it looks like we got a yellow flag somewhere on track. Or is that those my eyes deceiving me? No, we do happen to turn one. Who is that? Can't quite make it out on the minimap. Car 42. What are we looking at here? Dylan
So
Sauer.
here's your Wüstenberg replay.
Jorgensen has dropped back a couple of spots then, because he was in front of Rados for a while, and now Beveridge and Rados both passed him.
Oh,
So Jix are running in P10 right now.
so that's down in a sunset for Wüstenberg. Just a little bit too much liftoff there. That's that'll do it. So Dylan right on the back of Pennycook, or actually no, he's on the back of a back marker. Thank you, live timing.
So Lukey, Reese, and Wüstenberg all in the pit right now.
I know Louis Castro got caught up in a lot of that stuff earlier on. He's closing in on Riccardi ahead of him, so he's got a silver to get past. But we know Louis is pretty quick in that Aston.
Yeah, and Riley is right on the back of Billingsley. He tried to make a move going down into T1, but thought better of it, backed out. So now he's just going to follow right behind, about half a second down on Billingsley in the Porsche.
Dylan Sauer and Richard Wan, P24, P25. Dylan Sauer just running around the outside of Wan going into sunset.
Yeah, Riley goes out wide at the end of sunset. Billingsley was slowing down massively. I think he's a little bit scared to take sunset at full speed in that Porsche. Or he's just that slow through sunset. I mean, I don't know. But Riley caught up like at a quick pace. He had to back out and go wide as they come up into the hairpin at the top of the hill. Now Riley's going to take the outside. Not going to be able to hold it though. So as we're going down the hill again, looks like Billingsley's still in front for now.
Yeah, the Porsche just gets such a better exit out of corners.
After a great qualifying as well, Dortch's just struggling a little bit here in the race, down in P18. He's got Jay Wright of the AMS right up behind him within about a tenth or so.
Yeah, Dortch's just went around right.
Oh, he did? Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, he was right. He was catching right and got around him. So now he's going to try to chase down Benito Garza.
Riley still does not have quite enough speed to try to make a move into T1, so he's still going to hang around the back of Billingsley. Just hound him a little bit. Billingsley is getting a little wide, though. I've seen a couple of turns where he's going either too deep or cutting the track a little bit, so I think the pressure's getting to him. Or
Thiago
the Porsche
now
is just
under pressure by Rados as well. The two Porsches going to battle it out here.
Yep, and you've got Benito Garza in the new Lambo against Eric Groom in the Ryder going into turn one.
Looks like we got another yellow flag here. Who is that? Car 43? 433? 4 something?
Car 43 is De Oliveira. Looks like he's slow.
Yeah, he's showed up as a yellow flag on the live map.
I'm showing 19 incidents so far. So the incident count has dropped a little bit, which we're grateful for. So
Yeah, I mean, we had 16 in the first 8 minutes.
Yeah, people are spreading out a little bit, maybe settling down.
Good.
I am 100% going to flame everybody in chat about not being able to drive on an optimum dry track.
Oh, God. I mean, look, we try to do a little bit of have it some spiciness instead of just 23C clear skies and dry track.
Benito and Eric are door banging right now.
But then when
Benito's going to go around the outside, coming down the hill.
oh,
Eric all over the curb.
Yeah, cussed that turn a little bit too much. Going into the sausage too
side
wide.
By side with the rider.
Oh, and the rider takes the sausage. Benito does take him into the braking zone into the last turn, though. They take out the brake marker.
Castro here. He's trying to get past the silver class Riccardi in the Porsche ahead of him. He keeps closing that gap, and then I think the Porsche is late braking in certain parts of the track, enabling him just to stay in front. So Castro finding it tough out there in the Aston, sitting mid-pack, P14.
Yeah, he
had a good week at Zolder because, I'm in the Aston as well. So he was a couple of cars ahead of me at Zolder. I was ahead of him at Nerves. I was hoping to continue that back and forth today.
Well, that's your silver race leader right there. In Riccardi.
Yeah.
Riccardi, yeah.
So hopefully if Castro does catch him, Riccardi won't put up too much of a fight because they are for different class.
Mm-hmm. But it's separating him from Saavedra at the moment. So it's sometimes as a driver, it's quite reassuring when you've got a car in between you and the guy behind you,
Yeah, and Saavedra is the silver points leader right now.
Yeah, and Saavedra is putting in faster laps than both Castro and Riccardi, so I think he actually dove into the pits.
Riley went in the pits as well.
Yeah, he did.
But we got Dorcius trying to get by Groom.
Lane Hall with a 2.5 lead on Alvarado right now. Almost halfway through the race, so he'll be very happy with how it's gone.
Yep, so it looks like we missed Alves getting passed by Rados. So Alves has been passed by the other Porsche.
Yeah, but Alves probably got pressured and let him go.
Probably, but now he's going to get pressured by Dylan in the Bentley.
That
what
beautiful
steering
Bentley.
wheel do you use? We all use different steering wheels. Alex,
you talking about steering wheel, or are you talking about wheelbase, or combination thereof?
Shoot.
So Riley and Jorgensen have both pitted in early. So they've both gone in. Alves stays in P7.
For now, it looks like Beveridge, though, is
now
about to take that spot from him this lap.
Yeah, and Rados did get past Alves. So a couple of people gone in the pits for an undercut effort. See how that pans out.
Yeah, Stasov is under pressure as well from Fantazzi back there in P10. Fantazzi in that Ferrari is looking to make a move.
Getting tired of the pressure as he goes into the pits.
Yeah, he was a handful at Zolder and Nerbs as well.
Fantazzi in the pits.
Yep, Fantazzi just dove into the pit.
So that gives Stasov some breathing room, unfortunately. In the Corvette Mercedes.
So the closest battle in your top 15 is Dorcius on Groom.
Oh, and Dorcius eats the sausage.
Oh man, commentator cursed him.
Yep, right as I switched cameras, boys. And he's going to take an early pit.
I'm pulling a Milo.
He didn't.
Little sniper rifle out.
Yeah. So far pitted. Kahoot obviously early pit. Same for Sauer. Just looking at the pros. So Castro has done his pit stop. Jorgensen, Riley. This is just the pros I'm looking at right now. And Tiago is pitted in now as well. So he comes out in P16.
Yeah, and, coming out in P16 after a pit stop, I think that's a pretty good
from
pit,
P7.
Honestly. Yeah.
I think so, yeah. Everybody ahead of him still has to pit. So it'll be interesting to see what that gap is. I think Tiago's having a really, really good drive out there.
Yeah, I think so too. And Kyalami, I don't know if it's one of the tracks where the undercut is that successful or strong. I mean, it's not a Paul Ricard or what's another track where the undercut is long or good? Spa, I think, is another track. Oh, and Billingsley looks like he got a little bit loose into the sausage, but holds it together quite nicely. So Blaine Hall still P1.
Rados has gone in for his pit stop. Beveridge will pass him. None of the front 4 to pit yet. Front 5 pit yet.
Yeah, Castro P24 after his pit, trying to make his way up, just past Toledo for 23rd.
You know, if Ferris was here, he'd be the last one to pit because, you know, Ferris things.
Like me last Sunday. I went in last.
Eric Groom will be your last car to pit. He's done it every week. He's trying to drive that car for as long as he can, then he'll pit with like 10 minutes to go.
So Eric Groom moves off the racing line to let... who was that going past him?
Is that Juan?
I think that's right. Yeah.
No, that's Juan. That's Richard Juan in P31.
Oh, is it?
So with traffic playing its part now, Alvarado has closed the gap to 0.8 on Blaine Hall. So he has knocked some time off. Still in with a chance of winning this race.
Yeah, they're coming up on Nick Cahoot as a back marker, which is not something I thought I would ever say.
No.
Nick Cahoot being a back marker, but after that lap 1 incident, it's understandable.
Another couple of new follows in the New World Sim Racing chat there. Alex and Tazor98. Welcome.
Welcome. I never did pay out that prediction. Do you remember who qualified higher, Jorgensen or Mike Jackson? I can't remember.
Jackson.
Oh, did he? Okay.
Yeah.
So
Jorgensen now trying to catch up to Bruce Hopkins here down in a P17.
So Hall and Alvarado make it around the latest bat marker, and now 0.8 between them. So the Audi really, really strong here, as we thought it would be, or as everybody knows it is.
Bit of a 4-car train here with Jorgensen, Hopkins, Pennycook, as they try to make their way around the back marker here. So this is for position, not for class, though. Hopkins is a silver, Jorgensen in a pro, and Pennycook also in the silver class. Now, Bruce normally does do the very gentlemanly thing and lets people go, which it looks like he's not going to do this time, though. Good for you, Bruce.
Don't do it, Bruce. Make him work for it.
Riccardi, Leite in the pits right now. Looking at still the top 7 cars out there on track. In the top 7 that haven't pit, so including Jay Wright, one of the AMs. So he's flying high right now.
Yeah,
probably enjoying that feeling.
Take a picture, mom. I'm in the top 10.
Yeah, it's what I did last week when I was P1 when everyone had pitted in the rain. I'm like, somebody screenshot this.
So Blaine Hall, Mike Jackson in the pit. So Blaine has given up P1.
How are you? Another new follow, Xanthar. Thank you for the follow.
So Blaine Hall,
Rhonda Groom is in the Ryder.
It's still a Gallardo, I guess. It looks
is
like
it?
one.
I don't know.
I think it's just because there was never a sanctioned or a factory GT3.
All right, so Blaine Hall pitted in. Alvarado stayed out.
Alvarado stayed out, and he's somewhat in clean air. I mean, he's got some cars up ahead of him, but he's got, he can hot lap to his heart's content, I think.
Thiago's about to make a move on Rados for P9. He was about a second back, and he has cut that gap way down.
So are we going to see Thiago's revenge?
Is Thiago going to be aggressive? He was aggressive last season because he had I think he was P6 on Kyalami last season, and he was really aggressive when going by back markers. So hopefully, this is being his best track. Hopefully he goes out there and tries to take every position he can.
Jay Wright into the pits. Dylan's about 3 seconds back from Thiago, so yeah. Great stuff.
So,
great driving. Alvarado pits in now.
So Alvarado pits. Let's see where Blaine is on track.
Blaine is coming down the hill.
Yep. Coming down the hill, going into that awkward little left-right.
Trying to do a side-by-side. I've got Nick Alvarado on screen.
Actually, Blaine's just at the hairpin now. This is going to be close. I think Alvarado's going to come out in front.
So Blaine Hall's going down the hill now. Alvarado's still in the pits. His car's still lifted. Blaine going around the sausage. Don't need it. Actually, not around the... It's so hard to find...
Coming
there's
to
a
the
sausage.
last corner.
Yeah, coming to the sausage
Alvarado's
now.
still in the pits. Oh my goodness.
Car just dropped, and he is moving.
Yep, car dropped. He's moving. Blaine is right around the last turn, so he just rounded the last turn now. I think Alvarado will come out in front.
Yeah, Nick is exiting the pit lane.
It's going to be a speed difference. Blaine will see him, and Alvarado into turn one. Now, it's going to have to be a defensive display from Alvarado here, because we know the Audi's got the pace to stay ahead of him. So
yeah, Nick is going to be on cold tires for at least a lap here. But he does have, I think, enough of a gap.
So maybe some traffic held Blaine up a little on his outlap, you know what I mean? And Alvarado took a chance on the overcut, and it worked.
Yeah, the undercut from Blaine did not work at all. I mean, that's like the worst result he can expect. So what are we looking at? A second and a half between them?
Yeah, and then so you still got Stasiv and Big yet to pit from Pro. Oh, and
This
Groom.
is some outrageous custom...
Thiago and Thiago and Rados are side by side.
Oh, going down in the sunset, two Porsches side by side.
Yeah, Rados got held up a little bit by Wosenberg, which allowed Thiago to get a run on him. But I think Thiago did the sensible thing and backed out a little bit there.
As they're coming up in another Porsche now, the old...
Yeah, that's going to be Toledo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Thiago putting the pressure on.
Yes, Rhonda, that is a disgusting livery from Nick.
Yeah.
Just watching Carl Big here in P1. Still hasn't pit. We'll see if he comes in now. Running long stint today.
Yeah, Carl Big's having a pretty quiet race. He found that little bubble down in P3 and just hung around there.
Mm-hmm.
Thiago had to overbrake because Rados was a little bit slow going to the corner, which cost him a couple tenths.
We're in the field. What we got?
And Blaine is catching Nick. He's within half a second.
Yeah, well, Nick is going to, like I said, Nick is going to have cold tires for a bit. So, you know, the first 1-2 laps, as they both make their way around Miller, going down to Sunset.
Is that Ryan Cody in front of him now in the Honda?
So Ryan Cody's going to move over for his unofficial teammate. Carl Big finally in the pits. So that leaves Stasiv as the only car out on track.
You think Ryan Cody's getting team orders to block Blaine?
Run interference. Maybe.
Cody, we need you to bin it in front of Blaine.
Can we touch upon how awesome it was to see McLaren take 1 and 2 today at Monza?
Yes.
I loved it. I love seeing McLaren.
I also loved it.
The thing. Let's just forget about the other battle for now. Just seeing the two McLarens take 1 and 2 was delightful.
I loved the shoey.
Yeah, yeah. Even Zach Brown did one.
Even Zach Brown.
Yeah.
Bottas did not, because he does not do that. He looked kind of disgusted when
so
Daniel
Carl's
offered him a
passed
shoe.
By Nick and Blaine. Mike Jackson might also catch him. Mike coming out of the final corner now.
Yeah, Mike's coming out there, so Mike does.
Now Carl's going to have the lead into the corner.
Well,
yeah, but again, cold tires versus fresh tires, you know, are warmed up and ready to go. But I think he has enough of a gap. I mean, looking at where he is in relation to Mike here, he should be safe. And
come on, Thiago,
Nick
make
has
a move.
passed Blaine, which we completely missed. So Nick back into P1.
No,
Blaine?
Nick came out.
He came out ahead of him.
Oh yeah, that's right. He
the pit.
did.
Yeah, he hasn't relented yet. Blaine is so close. It should be like this till the end. It's just whether or not Alvarado can defend it. But I mean, if anyone can, it's going to be him.
Oh, and Blaine goes a little bit too hot into the hairpin. Nick does and car 387 on yellow flag. That's Victor here. So Victor looks like he ate the sausage, maybe? He's perpendicular right on pit entry. Michael Stasov dives into the pits.
Oh, no. Okay, so
But
Victor waiting for traffic to clear. Still hits the wall.
Still half a second back from Riccardi. So the P1 and Silver, really good pace here. And Billingsley's not slow either. So Louis Castro as well in the mix there.
Oh, Dylan Beveridge just caught Tiago and Rados.
Tiago has a little look. Close
I really
enough,
want to see Tiago make a move.
Well, he's going to have to, because otherwise...
Dylan will.
Yeah.
Dylan's going to eat them both up.
As we saw in previous seasons, Dylan does not care.
Yeah, Dylan's...
Oh, and he
just
taps
killed Tiago.
Tiago going into the last turn.
Tiago, and he's got to sit there as traffic comes around. Yellow flag. So let's see. There we go. And Tiago gets underway again.
Oh, you're gutted for Tiago.
Yeah.
Such a good race.
Is not what you want to see.
Jorgensen ahead of him. So Tiago drops down
P12.
P12? Showing him P10 on my...
he's
Jorgensen ahead of him. P10.
Jorgensen's behind him.
All right, so still not a terrible result at all. He can... This top 10, like, in the pro split this season, guys, is pretty stacked.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not going to lie. So.
Top 10 in pro that's something to talk about.
I am... Yeah, I mean, I've been like 12th and 9th so far, and I've been happy with both results. So I really feel like I could have done something today, so I'm a little choked, but we'll be back. We'll be back.
You could either have done something or gotten caught up in the 16 incidents that happened in the first 8 minutes.
Oh, Dylan Sauer.
Dylan
Sauer. On the side of the track.
Yeah. Blaine Hall almost takes out Nick going to that last turn.
Right on Nick's tail, going down the straight, so into turn 1. See what kind of line Nick takes.
Yeah, so Nick's going to take a bit of a defensive line, trying to take a kind of a diagonal going to T1. It's interesting to see where on track the Audi is faster than the Honda.
Not in a straight line by the looks of it. Either that or Blaine didn't get a good exit.
But as soon as you get into Sunset, I mean, the gap just disappears.
Mm-hmm.
It seems to me like the Honda is way better coming out of a turn, that corner exit. But other than that, I mean, the Audi is much better on entry and, apex and in the middle of a turn.
Oh, Brendan McVeigh is super loose. Manages to save it.
Blaine right on the bumper of Nick. I mean, right on the back of Nick.
Victor Leitchi in the pit, so I assume that's a retirement from him. And we are down. How many cars started the race, guys? Do you know? 42?
40. Over 40.
And
so we
Blaine
lost 3.
tried to go around the outside of Nick before the sausage and backed out of it. Now he's going to go around the outside into the last turn. They are a little bit side by side. Nick does take the inside line, so now it's a drag race.
Yeah, Nick got a horrible exit, though.
Yeah, Blaine got a way better exit. I mean, they're literally side by side.
Drag race.
Yep.
He will need a really good turn 1 to hold on to the lead here.
Side draft, sucking them close together.
And they touch a little bit.
That's a racing incident.
Yeah, bumping is racing.
Wheel.
Blaine is not going to leave him room.
They're going to bump again.
They're going to touch again. These are all being recorded and will be looked at on Tuesday.
Oh no!
It's murder in the first
a
degree.
murder has just happened.
Oh no! Slow down, Blaine. Let him go. Let him back by.
Nope. Nah, Blaine's not going to slow down here.
That's going to be a penalty, unfortunately. I can pretty much guarantee.
Yeah.
Oh, man. What a shame. Alvarado will be...
Well, Blaine is slow. Is he slowing down?
I don't know. Let's find out. He might be listening to the broadcast. So
Because Nick is catching back up a little bit.
I think you just have to accept it. I don't know if I would fully slow down. You know?
I mean, if he lets him back past, he won't get... I don't think the penalty will be applied, right? So...
Well, we had the one last week where Victor and Savader got together, and because Victor stopped and waited and gave the position back...
Yeah, we thought it was more of a warning than...
Like, he's got two choices. He could let Alvarado go and then... see if he can get past him again and not lose those points. But like, what is the penalty going to be? It's going to
my thing about this is, as we saw, Nick went into the wall, so he collected some damage.
Yeah, that's true.
Hi, Victor.
Yeah, it's there was obviously nothing intentional about it. It just one of those things. But you've got to do everything you can to avoid murdering the guy you're racing.
Right, yeah.
Man, what a shame. Yeah, they're side by side through a good portion of the lap as well.
Yeah, that was a really good battle. Meanwhile,
P3,
Mike Jackson's caught up to Carl. Less than a second now, 8/10.
41.8 last lap for Carl Big. Mr. Blackout 81.
And 41.4 for Mike.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we got 16 minutes to see if you can make something happen. Get onto that podium. Yeah, everybody's kind of spaced out all the way back to P24.
Blaine has let Nick pass. So
has he?
Nick is back into P1.
Oh yeah, he has. Okay, so I think that's pretty good, Blaine.
Yeah.
I like that. I like to see that. And I think that'll mean it's just the damage, but
I mean, after that, if you won the race, could you really enjoy it?
Yes.
Oh yeah, you could. Of course you could. Yeah.
Well, you think Daniel Ricciardo didn't enjoy today's win?
I think
how it happened.
I think that's the right move from Blaine. He, as such, he won't lose any points now.
It's the gentlemanly thing to do.
It is, and now the game is the
question
first 15
is.
minutes.
If you pass Nick again, is that due to you being faster, or is that because he has damage?
It's because Nick has damage.
I mean, to be honest, Blaine, I think, was a little bit faster to begin with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But would he been able to get by Nick? Being faster and being able to get by are two different things.
Yep. Victor, what happened in turn 2?
14 and a half minute.
I could not tell you what happened on turn 2.
Victor, you talking about the pileup on lap 1? Where people can't drive? Is that what you're talking about?
Yep.
There was two Ferraris that were side by side, and one of them got turned sideways, and then it was just bumper cars.
What
people
happened,
trying to
Victor,
avoid.
is nobody listened to Milo first.
Surprise.
Surprise, surprise.
When I said take care during Sector 1. It just makes me want to...
and that's all lap 1 incidents. That will be double points.
Yes.
Oh, I know. Yeah, it's going to be a messy one, that one.
We're going to have some people in the negatives this week.
Probably.
Because then you're going to get into the conversation of, okay, who didn't slow down for the yellow flag? Who just kept it pinned and caused another collision?
Jorgensen, a lot of you might know him as Jixer, out and about in the ACC community. He's closing in on Thiago. It was 4/10. It's between 4 and 6/10 consistently for the last lap or two. So he's slowly reeling Thiago in.
Yep, trying to get back into that top 10.
Mm-hmm.
So we were talking about top 10 in the pro category.
Jay Wright leading the AMS as well in the Ferrari net. Having a decent race.
Good to see him up there.
Cody P2.
Cody P2. Miller P3.
Alvarado.
Yeah, you'd love to see Miller P3 in the Lexus.
Yes.
He has gotten much quicker. I will say that. That's what we're here for, to see people grow.
As he runs wide.
I think Blaine has settled back down after that whole incident, because it's stressful, right? When that happens, if you feel bad or you don't feel bad, and then you slow down, you let him park. Like, it's a lot to process over laps whilst driving, and he's closing that gap down again to Alvarado now. 4:10.
Yeah, and Blaine is one of those people that's super hard on himself. If he's not the best, then he's just calling himself trash or whatever. As Joey Meliti gets out of the way, good job, Joey.
Nobody's trash in this community.
He's just driving for. He wants wins. I mean, you can't knock him for that.
Yeah.
Well, this is the strongest track of the season for the Audi, so he's trying to make the most of it.
Yep, definitely.
Yeah, where are we next week? Next week
Yes.
we are at. My back button would work the way it's supposed to.
Where are we? Hoping to be back behind the wheel.
Who can get to it first?
Next week we are at Silverstone. Oh, that's a McLaren track.
Why do we have Silverstone in the schedule again?
I think I'm going to take a nap during that race.
Well, ironically, as I was going through my streaming stuff folder, I noticed that round 3 was Kyalami last season also. So it looks like we're not very good at.
The Wheel of Destiny is predictable.
I think the track come out of rotation possibility.
Which one?
Season,
Kyalami?
except, well, I think all the tracks we've done this season should be pulled out the rotation for the next season with the exception, of Bathurst, because it's amazing.
Ironically, we actually added that one in because it was not part of the Wheel of Death.
Yep.
Bathurst should always be there because it's just so entertaining.
It is, and if we can keep 30 to 40 people by the end of it, it's going to be great.
Oh yeah.
We thought about that, but then at some point you end up with races at
Snetterton,
Oldham Park.
week 1.
Yep. Snetterton.
And that's okay.
Garring.
Yeah.
Dylan
Which
Beveridge
actually-
is making a move on Rados. I'm sorry, for P6 and P7. And we saw Beveridge kill Tiago, so he's got another portion in front of him, so look for him to kill Rados as well.
Yeah, I don't think Beveridge realizes that the Porsche is much better at braking than you are in a Bentley.
He's going to go here.
He is going to go for it. Oh,
He's going to muscle that thing through.
That was.
That was fair. That was clean.
That was
Good
clean.
job,
That was a
Beveridge.
little too easy.
Blaine
I would've
was
closed the
just
door.
chipping away at Alvarado's gap there each lap. Alvarado pulls away on the straight, and then, so Blaine, during the more technical sections of the track, he's just chipping away at that gap.
I refuse to look at the anime girl on the wing of the Honda. Change camera views. And we do have a yellow flag again. I think that was car number 50.
Not that I'm aware, Jack, welcome to gaming, asking me there if kamikaze kangaroos are in this game. I don't believe they are, mate, at Bathurst.
I wish.
I know. That should be one of those RNG events that happens every 10,000 races.
Imagine winning you're leading the race and you get damage from a kangaroo.
Hit by a kangaroo, that'd be great.
I wouldn't even be mad. Blaine does go a little wide there.
Alves doing well to hold off Jorgensen.
Yeah, Tiago's caught some traffic. He bumps the back end of Garza. Benito needs to figure out how to get out of the way.
Yeah,
Looks like he's going
Tiago's
to.
Oh,
Yeah, that gap evaporated.
I think he might get overtaken here.
Jorgensen backs off a little bit.
That's what happens, though. I mean, you know, Jorgensen would have been hoping traffic slows Tiago down enough to give him a shot, and it did. So,
Yeah, I mean, back markers are racing, they have their own race to worry about.
Paul from Kunos, says Jack. Hey, you won't have to say that more than once to this other Paul.
Yeah,
He loves to hate on Kunos.
Oh, yeah, I
That is
love Kunos.
general consensus.
Well, I mean, so Yeah, I'm not gonna get into it.
Skin
We have
on
10 minutes left. I don't have enough time.
So Nick Cahoot retire as well at some point now. I don't know if you guys already mentioned that, but that means
Yeah, he's gonna fit.
four
That was
retirements.
Juan.
So.
That was Richard Juan. I think he got into a wall coming down the hill. Oh, there's another car in the wall as well. Who was that? Was that Rados? That was Rados.
Oh yeah, Rados has dropped. What happened there?
I don't know. I gotta find a replay on that because he was
Skin on
into the wall.
skin.
Well, as time goes on, and as the tires get more and more, used and worn, some of these cars are going to have issues.
Rados is pitting in, so he's either got major damage or he's retiring.
Yeah.
I wonder if he didn't get killed.
Yeah, Blaine looks like he actually fell a little bit back. He's about 7-8 tenths now down from Alvarado, so Nick can probably win this, I think. He can hold us off. It doesn't look like whatever damage he got from being tapped into the wall has ruined his race all that much.
Oh my goodness. This is a good one from Rados.
Let's see.
Let's have a look at that.
So we got Rados in the black and white zebra-looking Porsche. The Alpine Stars.
Yeah, because he is stuck behind Juan. I may have backed this up a little bit too far because it's coming down the hill. But it is a good one.
They go through the hairpin.
Yeah, he's flashing the car ahead, and he goes to make the move and just catches the grass.
Oh no!
And then he is sideways, and they are both dead.
Oh no! Oh my!
And he eats the wall
Two
at
of
the
them
end.
out there.
Yeah.
I just want to shout just some new follows on the chat. 5 of them maybe. Zeros, Stinky Salsa, Format Error, Zipper Deli, and Sparky Ninja. Thank you for the follows.
Stinky salsa. You should get new salsa. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, all sent from Mr. Blackout. Please give Blackout our regards. He's had a nice little race there in a bubble of his own. Hopefully he's not too bored.
So he's won races 1 and 2, hasn't he?
Yeah.
He did, yeah.
So, I mean, even with P3 now, with considering Nick, race 1 was pretty much a DNF.
Gingerbread Man's as well, and
Jacko TV?
Jacko TV. JM Rad, welcome.
So Jorgensen did get by Alves.
Mr. B sending over members of the
Oh,
Shadows.
Jorgensen just lost it. Sniper again.
He did.
Oh,
You
no.
drive replay.
I missed it.
Oh, you're terrible. You're the worst.
Sure am.
Okay, I'm sorry to hear you didn't have a good week sport wise. Horrible race. Bills lost. Kansas City won. Sorry to hear that, dude.
Kansas City won. Oh, man. I was actually looking forward to the Browns winning their opening day game since, I don't know, 1800. Sometimes when I do this commentary, I feel like the old MXC.
I quite like. I'm a bit. The only NFL team I have connection with is the Niners. So they got off to a winning start, but they were playing Detroit. So
we got a couple of replays to look at.
All right, replay 1.
So this is Jorgensen coming down the hill. Benito Garza from the next state almost kills both of them.
What was that?
I don't know if Benito just missed
word, Benito.
and then Jorgensen on the inside.
yeah. What was that? That was a missile.
We'll have to find Jorgensen later on. I think it was through turn 3.
Yes, Jack. A few Brits running this league. Mr. Blackout 81, Carl Big, myself, Milo the First, or P Miles as I am in game. We've got a couple. Although both of those Brits live in on the West Coast.
There's that lift-off oversteer.
We do have. What other Brits do we have in the mix? Reese.
Is he?
Reese is out there. I believe Reese is. Yeah, I think maybe in Ireland.
I know Charlie.
Charlie Tate.
Yeah, he's been missing the last couple. I mean, it's an odd time, I think, if you're actually in the motherland.
P19's from Scotland. Jay Wright, yeah.
Yep.
Thank you, Jixer. GT. Sloppy racing today. Yeah, a little bit. You know,
Yes.
it does happen. It happens. It does happen. So Blaine had the gap down to 2/10 behind Alvarado, but yeah.
Looking at his car, it looks like he has a little bit of front end damage. So I don't know if he tapped somebody,
Or is it from
the
from tap on Alvarado?
It could be.
I still think he did the right thing, you know?
Yeah.
Giving the place back.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, and looks like we
was
have a
off track
Ferrari off, car 280.
Yeah, that's
That
going
is
to be
Juan.
Juan again. That's the one
He
who got
is-
killed by Rados.
Facing the wrong way, and I think that is the race over for him from the looks of it. Yep.
Yeah.
Teleported back to the pits.
Yeah, I think
Shame
he was
'cause
just
he had
trying to finish it out.
He had a really good quali, I think, didn't he, in silver as well?
Yeah, he did.
P2 or something. At least no cars have ended up on top of each other. Exactly, yeah. A very lucky Lewis Hamilton. Thank you to the Halo today.
Halo showing its worth again.
I tell you,
Oh.
man.
Somebody called it.
I'd like to formally
gotta-
apologize to the Halo
I got to
for
replay at Blaine Hall.
calling it ugly when it first came
Blaine.
out.
He's shut the gap again, eh?
Okay, the leader is on the final.
2/10, 3/10, last lap of the race.
So here's your replay of Blaine. This is why he's got front end damage.
Who does he? Oh no.
That's Toledo. And that's going to be a penalty.
That'll be
Might
a
be, yeah.
stewarding, but yeah,
Yeah, that was, they were going past a back marker and Nick went by, and I don't know if Blaine just didn't see him in that bright green car, but
You know, knowing Blaine, he'll be hard on himself today, but he shouldn't be. P2 in this field is still so good. And really, Alvarado's pit strat is what separates them. If you take it all the other little bits and pieces, Alvarado took a risk and went long, came out in front. Yeah. Aside from that,
I mean,
without
it's-
the contact, yeah.
the front runners have had a really clean race. I think, the top 10, I would say, minus a couple of little incidents here and there.
yeah, Beverage killing people and
Unfortunately, can't say the same for the bottom half of the field.
Another follower there, Werder Fukari. Thank you for the follow.
We
That
are-
might be where
with
the
the name.
fuck are we?
Aha, yeah,
Yeah.
it is. Yeah. Where the fuck are we? Well done.
we are at 30 incidents for the race.
30 incidents to look at during penalty review on Tuesday.
16 of which came in the first 7 or 8 minutes of the race. So it looks like Nick will officially take P1 with Blaine Hall P2. What do we got? Carl Bigg, still a second up on Mike, so he's going to keep that
Podium.
third spot.
He'll be happy with this track because he knew the Audi and the Honda were going to be.
Eric Groom, right on the back of Saavedra in the Bentley, going down Sunset.
Jay
Yeah, and they've got Dorshus
Meanwhile,
there as well.
Dorshus
Dorshus is going to go on
going
the
around
outside.
Jinx, you owe me something. Money.
Sure. Let me
PayPal.
send you some gum.
Alves
no.
and Jorgensen fighting it out for P9 here as well. Look, I think Alves is going to hold on to it unless he makes a mistake here. Commentator's curse. Nope. This time.
Yeah, Dorshus
Jorgensen.
actually tapped Groom a little bit on the exit of Sunset there, but they did hold it together. Just, a little racing incident.
With the spin in there as well, it's a nice drive from Tiago. P9. Well done.
Yeah, because he was down to P12 after getting spun by
10. Yeah,
Beverage.
P10.
Yeah, so getting back up to P9.
Yeah, he did really good. Jorgensen takes P10 for the second week in a row.
Dorshus going to try to go on the outside again on Groom.
Yeah, I don't think it's not the place to pass. I wouldn't. Oh, and Groom does eat the sausage a little bit. Caught a little bit
Nick
of air there.
didn't retire. He's right there.
Saavedra is going to hold on to that spot, even though that rider is insanely quick in a straight line. My God.
Yep. Saavedra, Groom, Dorshus. Kyle Cassette, P16. Good drive from him. Lukey is going into the pit. Has Lukey finished the race? Yeah, he did.
Did Stasiv finish? Yeah, he did. P7.
Yeah, Stasiv got passed by Fanatazi.
You do? Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
What
it's
a
a good race,
sunset.
guys. Good race.
What a pretty sunset.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
It's a good looking track, Kyalami.
Yep. For
All right,
those
guys,
who
well,
don't
thank
know,
you for
they
having
actually
me.
modeled the water drainage coming off the track,
Yeah,
as they always love to say. Yeah, you are welcome anytime.
Yep. Thanks for having me, guys. I'm hoping my back is better. But you can join me tomorrow for Monday. Where are we headed tomorrow? For Monday multi-class madness.
I don't know, Milo. Where do you want to be headed tomorrow? We'll let you decide on air. Put you on the spot. What do you want to see tomorrow? You tell me what you want.
I mean, Bathurst. I want Bathurst. Always. If you ever ask me, I want Bathurst.
So you want Bathurst? What kind of weather conditions do you want?
Oh, spicy.
Preferably not rain because everybody's complaining on Monday.
Let's do.
But you know what? I would love. Rain. Well, actually, we always do one daytime, one nighttime.
Yeah.
So nighttime is going to be fun.
Make tomorrow's Bathurst dry, but then maybe the next Bathurst in the league race wet. Oh, what?
I mean, you never know what the weather's going to do.
Yeah. I mean, today it was supposed to be partly cloudy and it rained where I am, so even the weather people don't know.
I don't know. I'd love to see Bathurst. It's been a while, although it does make me wish I was out on track, but that's fine. I've got to get my back better. I should be good to go next week. But yeah, thanks for having me, guys. I'll see everyone tomorrow night for Monday Multicast Madness, and I'll let you guys wrap it up. Catch you next time.
Twitch.tv/Milo the First with a 1.
Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you. Yep, NHL tonight. Self plug.
Yeah, come watch him and the boys do some sticky puck.
Yep, with some trivia thrown in the mix.
Yep,
do you have a good time? Do you have a team you always play as?
We're like a team play thing, so we're the PST Warriors. So we each play one position. Yeah, it's like it's pretty good fun. It's good. It is
good. It's good fun to watch.
Thank you, IK. I will get my back better. All right, I'll see you guys. You guys wrap it up.
Thanks, Milo.
Catch you later.
Yep, thank you. All right, well, thanks everyone for joining. I guess we'll go. Too bad P1 does not have a Twitch channel. Let's go look at, I guess, Carl. He's had a really, really, really quiet race.
Yeah, let's send all of his viewers that came to watch us, send them back over to him. Yeah, let's do that.
Let's do that. All right, everyone. Thank you for joining. See you next week.
See you next week for Silverstone.